know how to start the video. What do I even say? That I'm lazy? Maybe it's just that I'm lazy. I'm lazy, everyone. Let me tell you, let me explain the situation. I've been wanting to do a doll display tour for quite some time now, but it's always like, you know, it's never quite right. Like there's things I want to do, there's rearranging I want to do, there's just one more doll I'm waiting for before it's gonna be ready. It's always that, there's always an excuse to not do it. But, you know, I had some requests from people and I was like, it's really time to start getting it ready. And so that's what this video is going to be about. Getting my doll display ready for a tour. I've got a few steps, you know, there's some restyles that I'm still going to need to do after this particular video. But we're getting there, we're really close, and probably within the month there will be a doll display tour, so get ready, it's gonna be exciting. But today's video is going to be taking the messy looking dolls I have up in my display and, you know, cleaning them up, doing their hair, giving some of them some restyles. I have one super fun hairstyle planned, so you won't want to miss that. I did tease it in another video, so if you know, you know. And so that's what today's video is going to be. You're gonna come along with me on the ride while I clean up some dolls and make them look a little less bad in order to be proud to display them. So I think it's enough of my babbling. There's quite a lot of work to do, so let's get going. Who needs work? You need work? You need work. You certainly need work. You'll need some work. You definitely need work. You need work. Miss Astronaut needs work. She needs work. This I will need for this. Now that the 10 minutes of car alarm going off have finally stopped, I can talk about what we're gonna do here today. Body swap with this, but this needs a body cleanup. Hair wash and, you know, a mash down. That's what I call it, a mash down. She needs her hair washed and mashed down, and same with her. Hair wash. This one, actually, I just pulled her out of the box because I'm doing a live stream with her tomorrow and I just wanted to wash her hair. Other than the fact that it has box hair, there's no product in this, so that's nice. Not even up here. Maybe a little up here, but it's not that bad. Then we've got this one. I might do like a full restyle on her or a partial restyle. She's definitely getting a hair wash, and these things are going up into the ponytail because they're weird and ugly. This one needs a hair wash because there's some like crimps still left in this and I want it straight. But she's getting a new hairstyle. So that's a lot of them. Once these girls have entered the state I want them to be in, I do believe I will be ready, or almost ready, to do my display tour. And that's why I'm doing this today. And you know, maybe we'll all learn something along the way. So without any further ado, let's just get started. So it's just a pile of dolls and a bucket of water with some Dawn soap in it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and soak all of these dolls in that water. And I start out with our 3 Barbies and kids trying to float away there. Here's this one, and of course our astronaut who has so much product in her hair. And I'm just gonna let them soak for a while I try and get some of the staining off this body. I use a myriad of methods. I start with alcohol, hoping that will work. I'm scrubbing away, and yet nothing seems to be coming off of this doll. So I switch to nail polish remover. This is not 100% acetone, it is simply nail polish remover, and that too is failing to get any of the staining off of this doll. But it's also not melting the plastic, which 100% acetone would likely do. So I try a magic eraser. Oop, that's a weird angle, but it doesn't work either. I put that mess aside for a second while I tend to these Barbie dolls, and their hair is now product-free. Yay! Now it's Priscilla's turn for a drowning. I mean soaking. I'm kind of feeling her hair to find out where the product actually is, and it's really only in the bottom. So I end up just soaking the ends, because I don't want to screw up her hairstyle. And misery loves company, so let's throw Jade in there too. While those two commiserate in the bath, let's condition the Barbies. I do this as I always do, where I glob the conditioner into the hair, sort of work it through with my hands, and then I'll take a comb and comb it through to make sure every strand is coated. And of course I do this on all 3 Barbies. Really struggling to get the comb through there. The ends are real tangled. the difference between the glob of conditioner I use for a rainbow high doll versus a Barbie. And then I add even more. They got big heads and a lot of hair. And I do all 3 rainbow high dolls just like this, the same way I did the Barbies. Here you can see I'm just combing the conditioner through Jade's hair. Now it's time for the boil rinse, featuring my Schitt's Creek mug my friend got me for $1 at a thrift store. I'm just pouring boiling water straight over Kit's head here. She looks fine, she's perfectly content. Then I take the hair and I arrange it how I want it, with my hands and a comb. Once I'm satisfied with the arrangement of the hair, I set it with one of those little plastic things. And I use this exact same method for all 3 Barbie dolls. Please note how uneven Kit's hair is. What am I doing with my hand? I don't know. But now that everybody's washed and conditioned, it's time for styling. Look at this really cool thing. They had it at work and I'm not sure why it was there, but it's a bunch of different colored little hair elastics. So I went out and I purchased one myself for my dolls, obviously. And now it's time to work on Jade's hair. I'm just spritzing her down, getting her a little wet again. The wet hair is easier to work on for me. I start by sectioning off the hair that I want to pull up into the little ponytail. I'm not gonna lie, this took me 4 or 5 tries to get it right, and that's a lot considering it's such a simple style. I eventually do get it up into the ponytail, and then I wrap the little piece around as it had originally been done before. I attach it to some hair hanging at the back of her head, and that's the final look. Yikes, it's not great. Yeah. After this hair disaster, I decide to take a little break from hair and do a body swap. I decide to go at it with the blow dryer again. These rainbow high heads are quite hard, so I spend about 2 or 3 minutes just heating that thing up. I try to hit it from every angle to make sure it's as soft as possible for the easiest removal. Spoiler alert, it was not easy and I had to do it off camera, but we did eventually get the head off. Yay! No more head for you. What am I doing? I don't know. And here's where Emmy says goodbye to her body forever. Now we're bringing in Clementine. I care a little bit more about Clementine here, so I do wrap her hair in a towel to make sure that I don't ruin it as I blow heat at her neck. And her head was even harder to get off than Emmy, so I did that off camera as well. I snip off the pokey bits on the neck peg. And here's Clementine on her new body. She's looking good. She's got all the articulation she'll ever need. And no more stupid glitter legs for her. Yay. Now it's Amaya's turn for her hair transformation. Let's just take a moment to admire this beautiful hair that she has. Look at that rainbow. I love it so much. I'm really glad I got this doll for a really good price. Now I have a pretty complex hairstyle that I want to do on this doll, and I've probably mentioned before that I'm not very good at hair, but I'm starting out by sectioning off the white part from the rainbow part. I want to put the white part into French braids on the top, and I'm going to do the rainbow part into bobo ponytails on the bottom. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm sectioning off the hair, and this hairstyle is inspired by those festival hairdos. And you'll never guess what I found buried in there. Tea tie! So I've got the hair all sectioned off and I'm ready to go, and here comes the 1-hour journey of me trying to do this hairdo, which I've sped up for you. So I start off with the French braids and the braids at the top of the hair here. And I'm using different colored elastics to keep up with Amaya's rainbow theme. Now I'm sectioning off that chunk into 2 pieces, and I'm going to do 2 separate braids. exact same thing on the other side. I went ahead and sectioned off the rainbow part into 3 separate sections so I can make 3 separate bubble ponytails. And you can see in the background that I'm using Wave 1 Kishiko from Mermaids as my inspiration here. I used the elastics to make a few separate bubbles in this strand of hair, clearly struggling. And once that ordeal is over, I just poof out my bubbles a little bit to make them bubblier. And I do the same thing on all 3 strands of hair. And 1 hour and an aching back later, here's how it turned out. Was it worth it? Absolutely! Anything for my girl Amaya. And here's some nice B-roll for you of everybody just drying off. I like to sit the curly-haired girls down because I feel like it holds the curls in place, and I've had a lot of luck with this method. But there's everyone, fresh from their spa day. A lot of work's been done here, and the next time you see them, they'll be dry and dressed. Here they are, everyone, freshly washed and dried. It is the next day because, I don't know, I guess the hair is taking really long to dry in my apartment for some reason. It's not particularly humid here or in my apartment. It feels actually quite dry, so I'm not sure. This is the result of a day's worth of work. Aren't they cute? I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in and we'll take a closer look. Here is Clementine on her brand new body. She's looking as beautiful as ever. The face is good, the hair is perfect because it's orange, my favorite color. But now she has a body that doesn't have glitter legs, and I decided that her legs look bare, so I gave her some tights. I guess that's the trade-off when you give her a proper rainbow high body. But I'm loving her. I'm much happier with her now that she has a human body. I just prefer it like that. And I think she came out great. There is some nail polish still left on these nails because I didn't have any proper acetone, so that's gotta go. And the body, as you could see from the footage, didn't come out quite clean. I might be able to get it off with some acetone, but acetone does melt these rainbow high dolls, so we'll see. But I think she's display ready, so yay. Next we've got Miss Jade here. Slime Jade. I went ahead and gave Jade a restyle because I feel like her slime look, I mean, it's jadish, but it's not like quite the Jade we all know and love. So I feel like I jaded up her outfit a little bit. I put the shirt from the Rainbow High Closet on her that went with Jade. And I also used the shoes from the Rainbow High Closet. And I'm much happier with the way that Jade looks now. She looks like the Jade that Bella fell in love with. Her hair came out okay. I struggled with it. I don't know why. I feel like I struggle more with the simpler hairdos if I'm honest, but you know, it's fine. It looks fine. It's very soft. I know that people say that this is made out of lower quality nylon now that they've done the reboot, but I feel like it's still nice hair, and I'm quite happy with the way that she looks now. Yay for Jade and Bella. Our next precious angel is Iris Bow. I wanted to get her cleaned up for the live stream that I'm about to do with her, and she really didn't need much work if I'm being honest. Her hair actually looks quite nice right out of the box. It was just split down the middle. So I did give her a wash and condition, as you saw. The hair looks beautiful. She's a really pretty doll, and she's definitely the best doll in the Creative Crystals because she does have a full fabric outfit. Hallelujah, look at that. I kind of like the sporty shirt vibe if I'm honest. I think it's cute. I like her shoes. And who doesn't love like a full rainbow doll? She's like dark-skinned Amaya. So yay. Happy for the diversity. I can't wait to see her character in the show, even though the show is worse than ever. Look at her ombre lips. Wait, I'm not even paying attention. Look at her ombre lips. I love that. Cute. And her eye makeup is really pretty too. Mine's like not the best. It doesn't look the greatest. It kind of looks like it's smudged, but that's fine. No worries. So there's Miss Iris, looking not too much different than how she started. Her hair is just a little bit softer and doesn't have box hair. So yay for me. Here's another one of my hair wash victims. And let me tell you, her hair looked neater and nicer before I tried to put her outfit back on. The gloves that she's wearing, they didn't want to go on over the thumb. And so it was a battle, and I think I spent like 45 minutes trying to get them back on. That's definitely why she was in TJ Maxx. But she looks beautiful now. I love her hair. There's some flyaways that weren't there previously, but that's all right because people have flyaways. The color of this one, I don't know. She does it for me. Loving Miss Priscilla. She's display ready, yay! And here's the last Rainbow High Girl that we need to look at today. And as far as I'm concerned, my masterpiece. This is the coolest hairstyle I've ever done for sure. I'm not terribly good at hair. And also for some reason I had an easier time doing this hairstyle than Jade's, not sure why. But let me turn her around so we can get a really good look. It's so long, it goes past the ground. I really wanted to give her one of those festival hairdos. You know the ones that the girls wear to the festivals. And so I did. That's exactly what I did. It has some French braids up at the top, blocking all the light. And then it comes down into 2 braids on each side that go down the back. Really cool. And then I chose to section off the colored parts of her hair into bubble ponytails. And I got that really cool elastic kit that has all the colors. And I was thinking about her when I bought it, but when they had that at work for some reason. Still not sure why. When I saw it, I was like, oh, need that. It was $8. A bargain, but look. Beautiful, best hair I've ever done. She's ready for display. Now it's time for our Barbaras. And this is 60th anniversary astronaut Barbie with a face that is snatched for the gods. She said, I'm going to space, but I'm going in full glam. And she doesn't look very much different other than the fact that her hair isn't crispy. This bob came out significantly better than the other bob. I don't know why. I think her hair was set better from the beginning, and so I just had an easier time with it. I think it looks really nice. I'm happy. She's display ready, everybody. Look at her. So bitchy. Love it. Here's the next of our Barbaras. She's looking a little worse for the wear. I don't know why, but that one side just keeps wanting to split like that. So it's not looking as neat as I want it to. And I might go in and curl the bottom of that bob under. Maybe that'll help, I don't know. But she's looking cute. This is a dress that my friend Jason made. It's really, really cute. I think he made it from a vintage Barbie pattern that we bought off of Etsy. Yeah, she's all right. The hair could still use some work, but I wouldn't be sad putting her in my display. And last, but certainly not least, it's Miss Kit from the Barbie Basics, wearing this absolutely incredible outfit I got from AliExpress. I mean, does she not look stunning? I think this cost $10. Plus I paid extra for the hat, but when I saw this outfit, I was like, it needs the hat. But I'm loving the way that she looks. Her hair has been washed. It's maybe not as straight as I wanted it to be, but it has some nice like peoply type movement to it, so I'm sort of fine with it. I think she looks absolutely stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Just a class act, Miss Kit. This is a dramatic improvement from her crunchy hair and her t-shirt dress. So yay, she's display ready. So here's one last look at everybody all together in a completely different order because I can't remember how it was and I was too lazy to check. But I'm really happy with the way everybody turned out. It's honestly such a relief to finally have this done because these dolls have been sitting looking busted in my display for quite some time. And this means that I am one step closer to being able to do a tour of my doll display, which I know everybody's looking forward to. I've had a few requests. I'll also be taking a look at some AliExpress clothes coming up soon, so if you're interested in cheap clothes that are quite nice quality, stay tuned for that one also. So thank you so much for coming along with me while I get these girls display ready. I'm quite happy with how everybody turned out. Comment down below, who is your favorite transformation? I think I know what everybody's gonna say. And I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time. Goodbye!